Beautiful afternoon to you, sport fans, wherever you are. Welcome to another interesting moment on sport. We'll be taking you round and round on all the stories that are making headlines from Nigerian capital city, Abuja, to Nigeria at whole, Africa, and of course the globe. We'll also be telling you what is happening in Europe because it looks like two countries are set for the finals that will be coming up tomorrow. In Nigeria here, we are set for this year's edition of the Olympic Games. Our sport-loving president had already tasked the team to go and make Nigeria proud. There will be more sports stories. Of course, there's cricket and many more stories coming your way on today's edition of the program, Sport Fan Zone, right here on Global TV. And I am Clinton, your host, welcoming you on today's edition of the program. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll go straight to Europe because the two finalists are set for the finals of the Europe 2024 edition. And of course, the Blues are already heading home. They left the championship, their heads high, but they will have to wait for the next edition if the team that won the FIFA World Cup will have a reason to smile. The Blues are out, but Spain is hoping that, of course, they could have something to celebrate. And it's time for us to celebrate sport. Let's take a break. When we come back, there'll be more. Don't go away. This is Global TV, and it's coming away live and direct from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja.
Hello, children. Gather around, let me tell you a story.
Do you know that stories have a way of captivating the minds of children, bringing fun and imagination to teach them morals? Join Sharon Ajay as she takes you to explore the thrilling and exciting world of storytelling.
I'll be sharing with you our next interesting story.
Tune in every Saturday on Global Television, time 5:30 p.m.
Is the desk on Global Television?
Nigeria. Come join Anthony Momodu on television's most compelling and facts-finding talk live show.
We are definitely. Can we not say that dynamic because
that this country gets it right?
It's the Dex on Global Television, where we analyze and dissect storming issues and commentaries in the world's biggest black nation, Nigeria.
Who is being held accountable for this money?
The eyes have it.
We stay and decide policies and reforms on the Dex. Tune in Mondays to Fridays, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Global Television. Let's stay on the Dex.
Global Morning is your ultimate destination for engaging political and economic matters. I am Uyi Agmofwebe.
And don't forget to include social discussions. Tune in every weekdays from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. I am Queen Agaba.
For insightful breakfast ideas, business summaries, sports highlights, international and local news perspective, I am Anthony Momodu.
Don't miss the in-depth analysis of current and political issues by the Global Morning team and experts. I am Jumai Manson.
Catch Global Morning here on Global Television. Getting on the action. I am Edikan Michael.
We are
the Global Morning team.
Glad to have you back on the program this beautiful Saturday right here in Nigeria's capital city. Let's begin with cricket. And report reaching us say Nigeria's male senior cricket team, the Yellow Green, are in Kenya in search of a game. They will take on the Sambas in a 7-day bilateral series that kicks off yesterday and will end on the 20th of this month. The series will play in the T20 and the OD format with 5 games in the format and 2 games in later. The Nigerian Cricket Federation on Wednesday released a 15-man squad for the series, with Captain Sylvester Okpe being joined by the trio of Isaac Okpe, Isaac Danaldi, as well as Emmanuel Odukwe, who are currently engaging in the Zimbabwe National Premier League. Others include Peter Howe, who once held the Guinness World Record for the fastest blowing figure. Of course, in the wicket-keeping, Solomon Gosia was also in the list. Elisha Olaye, as well as Daniel Ajeku, and not forgetting Abdulrahman Mohammed, Prosper Useni, Joshua Esia, and of course Vincent Adewoye are part of it. 3 other players, Salim Sule, who is also a wicket keeper, Ifeanyi Uba, and of course Miracle Ahigbe, were also handed fresh call up into the squad. Now let's tell you that the Nigerian Football Federation is in search of one man, talking about a coach that will qualify Nigeria for the African Cup of Nations as well as the FIFA World Cup, which is coming up in America, Mexico, and of course Canada. The Super Eagles of Nigeria were in the last edition of the African Cup of Nations in faraway Ivory Coast, in which they narrowly lost the trophy to the host side. And since then, the Eagles are in search of a coach. Although Finidi George came into as coach of the national team and played 2 matches with just a point to show. NFS search for coach for reserve sufficient call. The Nigerian Football Federation has opened a 3-day window for application to fill the position of head coach for the national beach soccer team, otherwise known as the Super Sun Eagles. 9 days before the 2024 beach soccer AFCON qualifier against Mauritania. There also comes after the NFF made a move to revive the team after 5 years by setting up a committee to oversee the organization of local competition and dealt with all matters related to the game. Nigeria last beach soccer coach Audu Adamu Ejo, who led the team to their second Beach Nations Cup title in 2009, passed on his 2021 after a brief illness. As contained in the NFS announced, the application will forward candidate will at least CAF license C certificate and those involved in beach soccer activities in the last 3 years, as well as playing experience locally and internationally. Nigeria coach Shitu motivated ahead of it, talking about the Under-20 World Cup. Ahead of the 10th edition of the Under-18 Women Handball Championship in China, coach of Nigeria Under-18 Women Handball team, Adewumi Shitu, says his side is motivated to give a good account of themselves. She told reporters that the champions is scheduled to take place from August 14 to 25th in the China city, with Nigeria making its debut after several failed qualification bids. Nigeria are locked in Group B alongside European giants Croatia, Mauritania, Angola, who fell to coach Biku's side in their 3rd place match of the 2023 Africa Under-18 Women Handball Championship, which took place in Tunisia, with preparation set to hit full swing. Shitu, who guided the team to their 2nd place finals at the NHF Trophy, says while planning is getting set to get the best of handballers that will help the team. The Handball Federation of Nigeria, for all its support, expressed motivation that the girls were going to make Nigeria happy. This is Talk Sport right here, Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll be going straight to Kwara, talking about Ilorin, where we are told that experts and coaches are already in the country in search of talents that will fly the Super Eagles and, of course, make their trip to the European clubs. Don't go away. This is Global TV and, of course, Sport Fan Zone. It's a business this afternoon. Glad to have you back. If you just joined us, this is Sport Fan Zone right here in Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. Let's tell you that top European scouts are set to storm Ilorin for the next Awuni Osime as Quarter FA Sport Showcase a tournament that is expected to give the best. The scouts are from Chelsea, Manchester City, and other top European clubs are expected in Nigeria for a 3-day football showpiece that will take place in Kwara. The tournament, organized by the Kwara State government in conjunction with the FA Sport Football Agency based in the United Kingdom, will be held in Ilorin, the capital city of Kwara, and of course from the 15th to the 17th of this month. 14 teams have been selected for the championship, which will be played inside the main bowl of the Kwara State Football Complex in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital. The event aimed to uncover hidden talents of young footballers in the state, with top European scouts from esteemed clubs like Chelsea and Manchester City in attendance in Sport Potential Sport. On Monday, the 15th of Kwara, on Monday, of course, precisely, the Kwara Football Academy will face Na Royal FC, while Abosa Sport FC will take on Doli FC. Unicorn Football Club Academy will also face Star Builders Academy, while it will be another day for Planet FC taking on Athletic FC, and the games will be played. Of course, we should also expect that Kwara Football Academy will face Stars Builders Academy once again in a game that both teams have been in both sides. And let's come back home here and still talk about sport. But of course, let's tell you what will be happening. That the head coach of Nigeria female wrestling team, talking about Purity Aku, has expressed satisfaction with the performance of Nigerian wrestlers as the Spanish Grand Prix in Madrid, Spain. The contingent is now in Germany for their final campaign ahead of the Olympic Games in Paris, France this month. The wrestlers who participated in the pre-Olympic tournament secured 2 bronze medals. Esther Kalowole got a total with 62 kg, and while Ogunsanya Kristen, of course, made history by lifting up the 53 kg. Both clinched bronze for Nigeria in the semi. Ogunsanya defeated her USA counterpart, Brins Konzola, with a dominant of 10-0. Oh my God, did you hear that? 10-0, and we hope that she can do that in Paris during the game. While Kalowale triumphed over Sweden Jonna Lambo with 8-0 win. 3 times Commonwealth champion Odunayo was edged out on technical ground, losing to Norwegians Atle Held in the quarterfinals of the game. The African champions Hannah Robin lost her first bout and indeed rejected the result and said it wasn't a good one. Meanwhile, Nigeria midfielder Wilfred Ndidi has turned down a contract offer from the Spanish club side, talking about Sevilla, expressing his presence to remain in the Premier League. Of course, Ndidi's interest is to remain in the English top flight now, position Everton as a potential destination for the Nigeria international. The Toffers has shown significant interest in Blueston since joining the club, and Ndidi emerges as a prime target. Having left Leicester City at the end of last season as a free agent, Ndidi's unavailability present at the start business move only interested club. Deportivo Sevilla extended a contract offer to Ndidi, but the midfielder opted to wait for the perfect offer, one that will keep him in England. For Everton, this development is timely, especially with uncertainty surrounding Amadou Nana's future as Goodison Park. Onana link with potential exit has been vocal about seeking opportunity elsewhere. Should Onana depart, Ndidi will be an ideal replacement, offering defensive, solid, and experience without a transfer fee. And let's tell you that Colombia were in action. But Colombia defeated Uruguay to reach the Copa America final. The 10-man Colombia defeated Uruguay by 1-0 to reach the finals of the Copa America for the first time in 23 years after an ill-tipped semi-final that took place on Wednesday. At the 39th minute, Jefferson Lamar headed sealed the victory for the Colombians, who will now face oldest Argentina in Sunday's finals, and that game will be decided in Miami. The semi-final, which was played in front of a packed and passionate crowd, ended with suffice on the flag of fighting in the stand, including several players who had clinched in among supporters aimed at flying punches. Colombia, despite having Daniel Bozo sent off just before the interval and facing plenty of Uruguay pressure, hung on for a famous victory to the delight of their massive following of their fans. The win was the 28th game without defeat for Colombia, setting a new record for the team. The downtown streets of North Carolina City were packed with plenty fans in their bright yellow-colored jersey hours before they kicked off. Not surprisingly, in such atmosphere, Colombia started strongly with their Liverpool winger, Luis Daza, doing well to wrangle some spaces for a cross on the left, finding Dazambago at the back, but made no mistake to make sure it was all they needed. So we say congratulations to the fans of Colombia, and of course talking about great players and moment. Let's take another break. When we come back, we'll still tell you that the Copa America is still on, but before that, let's tell you that the break erupted after a 1-0 Copa America semi-final defeat. And of course, Wednesday, it was Uruguay striker Nunes unleashing the freeze of punch in the Colombia supporters after jumping into the spectators sitting at the Clashant Bank of American Stadium following an ill-tempted loss to Colombia. Uruguay's central defender Josmario Climi said player had leaped into the mills out of concern for the safety of family members and loved ones watching the game. This is a disaster. Our family was in danger. We had to go to the stand to take our loved one out because it wasn't as good as we thought, the athletic midfielder said. There was no sign of police officer. I hope those who are organizing this are a little more careful with the families. Every game is very, very important. Let's take a break. When we come back, we would also tell you that Team Nigeria is battle set because the president has already handed over our beautiful flag, talking about the green, white, green, as the team gets set to participate in this year's edition of the Olympic Games in Paris. Don't go away. This is Sport Fan Zone, and it's coming away from Global TV right here in Nigeria's capital city, Abuja.
Global TV concept is the emerging, brand that everybody must watch. So I subscribe, and I'm prescribing that we must all be ready to begin to watch Global TV.
So keep watching Global TV, especially for updates on agriculture, food, commodities, and without food, there is no great nation.
So please watch Global TV because it's going to change your life.
Exciting news! Global Television, your trusted news and current affairs station, will be available on DSTV channel 365 and all multi-choice platforms as from Thursday, 18th July 2024. Stay informed with us wherever you are. Global Television on DSTV channel 365, the pride of the nation.
Glad to have you back on the program. Of course, Sport Fans Zone right here in Nigeria's capital city. And of course, it's coming away from Global TV. Let's tell you that England team is in history to reach the finals of a major tournament overseas. Well, they will face Spain in Berlin on Sunday. Talking about the finals, which is coming up tomorrow. Awakens emerge as a team unlikely hero striking home a brilliant winner following substitute Khalid Palmer's pass. Unbelievable. I have been waiting for the moment for weeks, said Waking. It is taking a lot of hard work to get where I am. And today I am grateful that I got the opportunity and I grabbed it with both hands. I am delighted talking about a man that has put so many players in the mood of celebration. I am delighted. Dutch fans move over controversy and penalty decision in the Europe 2024. Dutch fans have insisted that they were robbed by a controversial penalty decision in their 2-1 semi-final loss to England. The game was decided on Wednesday night. The Netherlands had gone in front after 7 minutes through Xavi Simons, but England came back into the game and earned a penalty. 11 minutes later, Bukayo Saka slammed into the box before having his shot blocked and following up dropped by Harry Kane, who fired over the bar before being caught by Zadal Davies on the ankle. It was a painful blow for the Three Lions captain, and following VAR intervention, a penalty was given, which Kane duly converted a brilliant kick and brought England level. But new footage have emerged that appear to have shown Saka handling the ball before Kane took his shot and was faulted by Davies. Of course, let's tell you that Virgin Galacticos was also said for officials to be held accountable. Of course, the central referee has since been sent out of the competition back home. The Three Lions progressed to the last two, where they will take on Spain. And of course, that game will be decided tomorrow. That's the final. I'm talking about the final between the two teams. Sunday, and the bid to lift their first ever Europe Championship 3 years after the loss in the finals of Europe 2020. After trailing through Xavi Simons stunning, Harry Kane netted from the penalty spot in the back of a contentious call that involved the Evaro check and was slammed by Pendix and Fan. Then, on the verge of full-time, Oliver Wicker scored, having come off the bench to send England to Sunday's final, but their goal too wasn't without controversy, with Netherlands believing they shouldn't have been awarded a corner in the build-up after the game. Captain Vano slammed Zuga, the central referee, and saying that it wasn't a good game, suggesting his full-time occasion told the story against his side. Of course, let's tell you that Chelsea set their sight on 35 million. Chelsea have shown interest in Borussia Dortmund winger Karim Adeyemi, but he only wants the Champions League football if he is to leave the Bundesliga side. Chelsea want another versatile forward as well as a striker, and Adeyemi has been discussed, but the German international is understood to be irrespective to a move to Stamford Bridge. The 22-year-old was one of his club's stand-out performance in the Champions League final defeat by Real Madrid at Wembley last month, and he wants to pick up what he left off should he be sold in the summer. The Dortmund, who are signing Sancho Casin from Stuttgart, went to limbo and are expected to have a new replacement that will make the team smile, and they are putting as much as 35 million. That has alerted clubs across Europe, including some in England, but Adeyemi is set only on playing for a side competing in the elite club competition. From Global TV, we wish him the best. Let's tell you that two long-standing Manchester United passion to leave. Manchester United first team Philios Rachat, Maro, and John Davy are leaving the club as an overhaul of the medical department continues. Maran, who has been with the club for 23 years and is in current role since 2017, was regularly seen running into the pitch in trial of the United injury players. David has been on the staff since June 1997. They are the latest in the series of changes since the Jenner took over as a club. Arsenal to become head of sport medical last September and reschedule more. Let's take another break here. This is Sport Fan Zone. It's coming away live from Nigeria's capital city, and we are taking a look at happenings in the world of sport. When we come back, we'll be telling you how ready is Nigeria to participate in this year's edition of the Olympic Games in faraway Paris, France. Don't go away.
Exciting news! Global Television, your trusted news and current affairs station, will be available on DSTV channel 365 and all multi-choice platforms as from Thursday, 18th July 2024. Stay informed with us wherever you are. Global Television on DSTV channel 365, the pride of the nation.
Global TV concept is the emerging, brand that everybody must watch. So I subscribe, and I'm prescribing that we must all be ready to begin to watch Global TV.
So keep watching Global TV, especially for updates on agriculture, food, commodities, and without food, there is no great nation.
So please watch Global TV because it's going to change your life.
For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines, to explore the lasting impact of political decisions, Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter. Join us weekdays on Global Televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a reverting journey into the heart of politics, where we dissect issues shaping our society.
With every government and introduction of new policies, businesses of all kinds and sizes seize the opportunity to evolve and redefine themselves. Business Point on Global Television is where we follow the money and put the facts and figures right in front of you. Watch Business Point every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. as Kikelamo Okeri tracks all the latest developments across critical sectors. Business Point, this is business.
Are you ready to be entertained like
Glad to have you back on the program Talk Sport this beautiful day. Of course, today we are looking at what we call Sport Fan Zone, bringing you on speed all activities as far as sport is concerned across the globe. Let's just tell you some stories that are making headlines in the world of sport. Let's tell you that Team Nigeria is battle ready to participate in the upcoming Olympic Games. This is Sport Minister John Owen Eno has finally presented the Nigerian flag to the President of Nigeria Olympic Committee, Engineer Abu Gome. At the occasion at the banquet hall, the Sport Minister tasked Team Nigeria to go all out and make the country proud. Nigeria is participating in a total of 15 sporting activities, and it will be a great moment. The best performance for Nigeria was in Atlanta, and they are expected that the team will do everything possible to bring changes to the team and, of course, all that they needed. The sport minister said all that is expected from the team in terms of motivation and support has been given to the team. Let's tell you that Take Ball World Champions qualify in Aba at the Enyimba Stadium. Nigeria #1 Victor Onyemade is also going to be in action, and it will be a moment for Team Nigeria. We hope that they will qualify for that event and give Nigeria a chance. Nigeria field team of 12 for World Youth Scrabble Championship. Of course, a total of 12 players will be heading to represent Nigeria in that great moment. Of course, we also expect the best. Let's come back home here and take you straight to the old parade ground and tell you that the gymnastics of the Federal Capital Territory is planning a big program that will include all the students, especially during the holiday period. The chairperson for the FCT Gymnastics Association said it will be a moment to catch them young and exposing them and giving them all the best tactics during the fast approaching a break for school. Team FCT will also fly the flag of the Federal Capital Territory at the Youth Games, which is coming up in Asaba. The Federal Capital Territory gymnastic team has been preparing at the Abuja National Stadium and is expected to commence its final preparation. Let's also tell you how it is as far as the Olympic game is concerned. A total of 87 athletes to represent Team Nigeria. 87 athletes to represent Team Nigeria. We're still wondering how many officials will make that team. But let's tell you that Paris Olympic, 87 athletes to represent Team Nigeria in 12 sporting events. The Sport Ministry has confirmed that 87 athletes will represent Team Nigeria in 12 sporting events at the upcoming 2024 Paris Olympic Games. A statement from the ministry confirmed the breakdown of the athletes as follows. Put that down in your diary. A total of 35 athletes, women football, 18 athletes women basketball, 17 athletes wrestling, 6 athletes table tennis, 4 athletes. Other are boxing, 3 athletes, canoe, 2 athletes, and weightlifting, 2 athletes, as well as aquatic, 2 athletes, and not forgetting cycling with 1 athlete. Additionally, Nigeria will participate in 4 sports in the Paralympic. The country has a strong history of success at the Paralympic Games, having won 40 gold medals, 19 silver medals, and a total of 21 bronze medals, totally 80 medals to date. The nation is set to extend its medal hug in Paris. These were choice words of Sport Minister John Owen Eno when presenting the flag to the Nigeria Olympic. We do hope that it will be a good moment for them to showcase and bring home this much needed medals for the team. Let's come back home here and tell you that domestic matches across the country are gearing up as we wait for the commencement of the new season in the Nigeria Professional Football League. Kwara United boys are in high spirit as their preseason training is being motivated by sponsors who say that they will provide all that is needed to give the team the best of style. It's another moment right here. Let's tell you that all is set for the basketball championship right here in Nigeria's capital city. Let's take another break. When we come back, they'll be born. Please don't go away. Okay.
to be entertained like never before. Get ready to dive into the latest and greatest entertainment news in lifestyle, music, movies, birthday celebration, and so much more. All on Entertainment Circle on Global Television. From the hottest red carpet event to exclusive interviews with your favorite stars, we've got you covered. Stay up to date with the latest trends and news from the entertainment world, all in one place. Tune in every Saturday by 1 p.m. with Chung and Emil Joseph on Global Television.
Glad to have you back on the program right here. Let's tell you that the transfer window is on and players are moving up and down to ensure that they have the best when the league will resume fully. Joshua Casa's transfer to Manchester United has taken a step closer, with Bogdan forward arriving in the city at night ahead of the medical, which is expected. Instead of meeting, he is disturbing a total of 34 million release clause. The Red Devil are set to pay 35.8 million for the Netherlands international, who has future leaving Manchester Airport in a car after landing the field. Despite paying 1.8 million more than they have to, it means Old Trafford can pay the fee over 3 years instead in one lump. Manchester United are closing a deal for Zakas and Matthias de Leeuw, now the Netherlands out of Europe 2024. United boss Erik ten Hag had been hoping to get a deal with Lyon for both his fellow countrymen as he gets set to begin his 3 seasons at Old Trafford. Zakas scored a total of 12 goals and added 7 assists in 37 appearances for Bologna at the qualifiers for the Champions League. The 23-year-old has emerged as a key target for United this summer, and discussions have been ongoing for several weeks after the former Bayern Munich youngster impressive in the Italy last season. Zagze was introduced off the bench in injury time against England after Oli Winkle's dramatic late strike, with the forward making his international debut in the quarterfinal victory over Turkey. He is viewed as having ideal skill set to attack the complement Ramos Cuja, who's 21, who arrived at the club from Atlanta for a fee of 72 million last season. And still talk about sport, let's tell you that fans believe that Kabi Munio sealed the deal for Manchester United to sign Manchester striker Joe would be a big boost for the team. The semi-final win over Netherlands, it's a big one for them. Let's still tell you what's happening in the world of sport. And coming back home here, it will be a great moment for basketball, as basketball players across the Federal Capital Territory are lining up for what could be described as the best of basketball. From the office of the Sport Department, the Federal Capital Territory, a total of 28 schools have assembled the best of basketball players and will be vying for the FCT Basketball Milo Championship. Let's tell you that reigning FA champions are also in high spirit to compete in that game. But for football, Vesta Academy is celebrating here in the Federal Capital Territory. They are the champion of the FCT Football League in the Federal Capital Territory. The Football Association went to Tampa Great Scotter into the game, and they are in high spirit to ensure that they make a deal for them side. A sport fan zone right here. Let's tell you that the finals will come tomorrow, and of course it will be Spain in the final. Remember, Spain make remarkable progress in the last World Cup, and they are in final. The Blues have since departed the championship, talking about France, who was sent earlier in the tournament and have departed. And talking departed, that's how far away can go on today's edition of the program Sport Fan Zone right here on Global TV Abuja. My special thanks to all of you who find time to join us on today's edition of the program. Not forgetting all of us here at the studio. Until I come your way again, same time, same station on Sport Fan Zone. And I am Clinton saying enjoy the rest of your weekend and stay out of problem. Until then, stay blessed.